Hello and welcome again at Stocks Advisor channel. In today's episode, we will talk about very famous company Alibaba Group Holdings traded at New York Stock Exchange, ticker name BABA. Well, BABA is showing really dramatic action. We can see for the last 2 months from the level of almost 320, it's now declining, and we see it's being traded today again with a minus 228. And of course, for a company with such an enormous market capitalization like for Alibaba, which currently is at about 590 billions, this is incredible decline. Especially of today's trading session, you see very fast decline at 2 p.m. and it's really dramatic what we observe here. Of course, it's not purely technical, as always we do at our channel, mainly technical analysis. There are actions that are technical, we will discuss them now, but mainly it's news, and news are mixture of both related directly to Alibaba, especially starting at the beginning of November when there were issues with going IPO for its spin-offs companies, but also it's then discussions with the government of China, etc., all these problems. So all this create a lot of negativity for the price action. And of course, the latest news about the executive order of some Chinese companies not to be allowed to trade, which won't be executed still, but it causes a lot of confusion, of course, and many stocks are starting volatiling. So for BABA, Alibaba, it's really unfortunate times, and we need to understand that the price action overall is driven by the negative situation about the company, about the news, and this declining level which we see, it's mainly formed by overall news, but of course it's formed technically as well. So it's not purely about the technicality here, but it's more about the overall general decline and expectations for company, because it's now having some series of troubles inside of China, some possible discussions about company activities, etc., and globally, and of course some technicality. So examples of technicality here, you can see pure technical pullback that was seen, for example, by beginning of by 9th of November. So first this one was the problems with IPOs, then we recover, of course, and then purely technical decline, very normal, because also moving average 20 was bending here. And by the way, as always, we have here 3 moving averages depicted at our daily charts. These are moving average 20, 50, and 200. Here on the left is here depictions and colors. So moving average 20 was declining, working as the dynamic resist line, very normal. So this was technical decline. And of course, after that, we saw the support level here that was seen many times and worked many times as support level, S1. Indeed, purely technical situation, return of the price, again, exactly until moving average 20, then moving average 50 starts to bend, again we go down. So this was purely technical situation. But then at the moment here, when this triangle was forming for between S1 and R1, technically, we should have seen the rise, and a lot of people were prepared for this. You can see it by the volume traded at that day. You see when this doji was formed, the volumes, the price was preparing, and the next day the volume was enormous because no one could believe this happening, and it was really huge exchange of traders in and out. And that's why we see at the end of the day here is very strong bullish candle, a bullish shadow of the candle, although it's a red candle. Therefore, next day we see the white one, and this is purely technical now, and then jump up again, and again in the vicinity of this R1 trend, the dark candle, and then we still see these volatilities, and this is really fight between news and technicality. So kind of zigzagging all the time, up, down, and today again down. And finally, it looks like that technicality is losing towards the news and general situation about the company. So looks like we're going to have further decline. And then we need to remember one thing. First of all, R1 now, although it's a top ceiling of the decline, still is working as, let's say, as an attractor, because it attracts the price often. Also, we saw here another line that worked clearly as a resist level is formed now. This line we could call R2, and now to understand where lower we can go, because it was neglected from R2 level, now we need to look at the bigger scale for the chart, because as I said, although the decline is caused, of course, by mainly negativity, but also spikes are caused by technicality. So now let's redraw it all quickly. We need to look for the next very strong support levels in order to be able to trade as a technical traders here. So let's quickly draw. This was R1, S1, R2. And now, of course, speaking of this is the classical neglection, reversed U-shape. So we need to look for lower levels, classically speaking, until also the volume will return to normal. And then we just need to look for next support levels if you want to be really careful, really safe with BABA to play. Technically, this would be actually these two levels between 210 and 220. So until that would be a bit risky to buy, and there it would be the first nice, let's say, opportunity, technically speaking, S1, S3 level. And then if you enter here, that would be the first advised buying opportunity, because by that time we will also see if other channels are forming or not, because if you look carefully you can also see kind of this formation. And indeed, if this is the case, by the time price will come down here, it will be exactly the first support levels on the vicinity of this R3 opening channel, R1, R3 looks like. So S3, S2 would be the very nice first entry opportunity. Again, should it not hold, then yeah, we will probably return to the COVID, the worst COVID situation, and then we will need to wait. Again, very rare, but giving all this fuzz happening around the company, still possible. It's S4, S5 level would be the next level to buy for the company here. And by that time, probably it will be lower than R3 or just at R3. So this would be the second average down. And here, again, it's advised. Still, we don't know the lower if it go, but most probably it won't, because this would be the very strong then support. So here it's advised to buy with 1 to 2 strategy, meaning that funds you would like to play here you can split in 3, and then you can buy with 1 and average down with 2, according to the entry levels discussed here. Indeed, very dramatic. Of course, you can say it might still respike and then return. This is possible, but again, given the situation being here, that all this negativity in the news and not seeing any further resolution for it, it's better either to wait and even lose this opportunity of respike rather than enter too early and lose a lot, because still it's possible. So it's advised still to wait maybe until S2, S3 level first to appear. If not appearing, if we see the return, if we see the zigzagging forming here like this, let's draw it, something forming like this in general, higher, let's say earlier, well, that's okay, because we will then discuss another actions, but most probably it will be like this situation. So then will be very well played. So it's better to wait and observe more technicality, because again, the decline of the price here is caused by news and situation about the company, meaning that each time negative catalysts come, the previous technical supports are cancelled, so you need to wait for lower ones, and that's why it's better to make one step lower and wait for, let's say, one step lower support lines, and this should be then well to play with Alibaba. Really dramatic, and it was very interesting to observe this stock after COVID times rising almost 2.5 times and now declining really dramatically, but this is purely caused by the situation around the company. So with this having said, we can still play technically with BABA. Good luck with it. And if you like the analysis, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So please press the bell button, and also check other videos at our channel. We post daily many videos, many interesting opportunities. Also, you can check previous videos. The date on the video just means when it was posted. It's not that it's outdated if it's yesterday or before, because usually it's still valid up to 3-5 weeks in some cases. So you can check maybe situation discussed there is just about to happen. So you'll be right in time to place your price alerts, enter to the position and make the profit. With this having said, good luck with BABA, and see you at another episode of Stocks Advisor channel.